Tonight on ECS, it's a North doubleheader, as they firstly face Fnatic before taking on
Talking. My name is James Bardolph. I am creative director at FACEIT Media and also a commentator for FACEIT and other companies.
It was outstanding, and I knifed Dan. He didn't dominate me. He might have wrecked other people, but I knifed Dan, so it's all good in the hood over here.
The best thing about working in esports is for me, it's the travel. It allows me to go to different places and meet loads of fans, and it's the fans who enable us to do this in the first place. So meeting the fans is definitely the best thing. Going out in the crowd at events, trolling people. I've even at previous majors bought a ticket and just gone to sit in my seat amongst random people who were really confused. So that's the most fun thing. A bonus is getting to see different cultures and going to travel around the world as well, but mainly it's meeting the people. That's the best thing for me.
Right, here we go, popping out. The numbers game not working out though. Rush looking for a third kill.
We only wanna dance, and everyone is well. You paint a picture in my mind. You wanna leave it all behind. In a world that's turning all the time, nothing could stop me longing for your eyes. I won't let it die. How can we say?
If I drink all night from this bottle of Jack, is it gonna take the pain away? Only sane. If I sleep for the night and I don't wake up, will my dreams be here to stay? If the truth is what I really feel, then all I wanna say, promise me one thing, please let the music play. Let the music play!
How can we sing when we're never sober? Footsteps in the sand. We are laughing loud and talking. Now we only wanna dance, and everyone is welcome to our gathering tonight, as long as we respect each other, 'cause we don't promise to do good and promise to be kind. We don't sleep when the sun goes up, 'cause we are too alive. I see colors wherever we go, true colors. You know, I see colors, all the colors of the rainbow, true colors. Yeah, all the colors of the rainbow, oh, all the colors of the rainbow, oh, all the colors of the, all the colors of the, all the colors of the rainbow, oh, all the colors of the rainbow, oh, all the colors of the rainbow, oh, all the colors of the, all the colors of the, all the colors of the. We remain united, one for all and all for one, and we're feeling so excited. We are free under the sun, and everyone is welcome to our gathering tonight, as long as we respect each other, 'cause we don't want fights. Promise to do good and promise to be kind. We don't sleep when the sun goes up, 'cause we are too alive. I see colors wherever we go, true colors. searching for some meaning to explain what he's feeling. She walks alone, she shelters far from the light. She's seeking validation. She's so tired of waiting. Yeah, I got the feeling you've been expecting me. No chance, encounter. Right here's where you're meant to be. Our paths are crossing. on the buttons.
Yes, I'm from the street, I'm from the gully where they will not let my people out. So we're praying that it evens out. Rich mind cause we're being without. So yes, this is a blessing still. And you know my people in the street and they all just wanna scream and shout. Will I let me be around? All my people are disabled out. So yes, this is a blessing still. Cause I'm from a place where see the kids don't get no help, there's no daycare. I'm from a place where deep the situation, we're in deeper situations. Where the kids them in a stool still, but don't get no education. Wow, see. I'm from a place where the kids don't get no help, there's no daycare. I'm from a place, yeah. Hey, deep the situation, we're in deeper situations. Where the kids them in a school still, but don't get no education. The kid's back and he's back rapping. The hood's fake, I'm swinging, I'm Rick Hatton. Bad habits, I'm still young, but I still manage. There's ways out, but we're still stuck in this mad traffic. I'm from a place where there's beggars and some crack addicts. Baby boys off track, that's a miscarriage. And where it goes off that's a known savage. Because the youngers don't play around there, try and play around there. I'm from a place where see the kids don't get no help, there's no daycare. I'm from a place where deep the situation, we're in deeper situations. Where the kids them in a stool still, but don't get no education. Wow, see. I'm from a place where the kids them get no help, there's no daycare. I'm from a place, yeah. Hey, deep the situation, we're in deeper situations. Where the kids them in a school still, but don't get no education.
You got into my system. Now I'm wide awake. Want you here, but you don't wanna listen. My mind is in a haze. You're my clarity. I want you here with me. I know you've been tripping, been treating you bad. You're my only lover, you're the best that I had. You wanna seek out, just call me up. I'm not gonna hurt you this time. You don't even know me now. You don't even see me. I climb every mountain.
Tonight on ECS, it's a North doubleheader, as they firstly face Fnatic before taking on Virtus.pro. After making a convincing start to Season 6, North have had a few turbulent matchups as of late. Falling to FaZe in their last match, it was Guardian who ran rings around the Danes. Turning to face fellow Scandinavians Fnatic, they will need the brute force of Kirby and AZ to pull out all the stops. Then, North will need to keep up their momentum as they take on Virtus.pro. The Polish squad have had a testing journey so far this season, almost toppling the mighty Astralis as they came out fighting on Mirage, but the world's #1s ultimately proved victorious. However, the Polish side returned with fire in their step, as they managed to wipe out Fnatic with 2 map wins. It was New Blood Morels who proved his form on Cash, and coupled with a vintage performance by Neo, managed to clinch the win 16-10. But can they return with the same firepower as they turn to face North? Find out right here at youtube.com/FACEIT.
Three people very deep in A, waiting for the info. Would have got two angles to hold them. They were coming to him, but now there's a big problem for Freeman.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another ECS broadcast here from Santa Monica. It's so lovely outside, and it's lovely in here as well because we have so much awesome Counter-Strike to bring to you. We are getting towards the end of the season, and that has a lot of implications for you personally, because we are going to be doubling down on all the points drops, so that's something to keep an eye on as the season comes to a close. But let's take a look at the teams and see where we're at. Don't need to introduce these fine gentlemen.
No,
if you are a loyal viewer, you will be very familiar at this point, and you'll also be familiar with the fact that Astralis is 17-1, and that this is a pretty open field. What are we looking forward to results-wise here?
Well, I think the matches are getting bigger implications now. Again, FaZe and Mousesports only have 2 more games to play each. North in a stunning position, I think it's fair to say. It's going to be hard for them not to qualify for LAN, but Virtus Pro are still in with a chance of sneaking up. Again, we have to forget the Virtus Pro of old. They are still in with a fighting chance. Can't really drop too many more maps, being on the same as FaZe and Mousesports, but they've got so many games in hand over them.
Yes, Eric, anything that you're looking forward to here? Any teams that you want to steal a spot? Because it is quite possible that we could get a couple teams.
Well, I mean, there's LDLC still have plenty of games, and we saw how well they, put up a fight against Astralis, and just a lot of potential with the team like LDLC and the team the best team, quote by Jim Bardoff of France. But I kind of, I see a lot of light in that. I'm looking forward to that. And again, VP, they're looking better and better. People are getting excited. I'm getting excited. I want to see Snatchy. He's one of my new favorite people to watch because he's amazing. I mean, I'm a little excited for that.
Well, speaking of what we have coming to watch, let's check out the games we have in store for you guys today. We will be featuring a Virtus Pro game, so you're going to get your wish. We'll see some Snatchy. Also, we'll see all the closing games of North, I do believe, as well as I think this is an exciting header. Just having that Fnatic North matchup, both teams that are very good. Fnatic, obviously with the lineup changes, maybe not the most happy results for them recently, but they still look very dangerous. And Virtus Pro, again, as you mentioned, just this wild card team. We don't quite know what to expect. They're just completely rebuilding their image in this new lineup, so that's very exciting as well. Do you guys have a specific matchup? Because we've got a lot of fun open maps, Mirage, Dust 2 in there. So anything that jumps out at you?
I'm looking forward to the first series, because I think that North can drop a map or two. Fnatic really needed to pick some up, so they're going to be super focused on getting the W's here. It's been a frustrating week for Fnatic in that sense, but they've got some more wins on the board. But definitely it is an uphill struggle for them. But I think it's not out of the realm of possibility for them to make it to LAN. But again, they can't drop too many. But the pressure is on Fnatic because North are so high up the table.
Yeah, and this has been pretty incredible, Eric. The fact that North, who, they had somewhat of a promising run with MSL, I think from a brand perspective, we looked at that lineup and it seemed like he's one of those core in-game leaders from Denmark that has so much respect. They had this great result, bit of a failure at the major, then he gets kicked. And everything changes around, and they're doing really well. And so this season is looking really good. Like, how do you interpret North and where they are right now? Is it honeymoon period, or do you like what you see?
I kind of like what I see, even though I'm with the new people like Gade. I think he was pretty well in Optic. I liked watching him. I thought his aim was superb. And I think with North, maybe they just need something new, something. MSL's been with them for a little bit, so they're like, let's change it up and see how it goes. You have a lot of young talent on that team, and they've been just looking really, really well, almost like a lamer version of Astralis.
Well, speaking of Astralis, obviously we know that they're a lock-in for the finals. Of course, it is definitely time to get your tickets. If you haven't already, we'll be going to a dedicated esports stadium. We'll be able to be the inaugural event there, which is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see how that turns out in a for-purpose built esports stadium. If you're a fan of Corey Dunn, he's behind the scenes there, and he's very tenured in esports, so he's the absolute perfect guy for it. So go over to arlington.csgo league.com and grab your tickets. Also, as I mentioned previously, we do have so many points to give away. We've found ourselves a little bit, I think we haven't paced ourselves correctly, so now it's a bonanza of points. We've got too many left over, so we're going to be doubling down as the season comes to a close. How can they do this, James?
Well, they can link their FACEIT account. Sorry, I'm suffering really bad today. My throat is completely wrecked. It's not even asthma anymore. You can connect your FACEIT account to your YouTube account, go to connections on FACEIT and make a link. So I do believe from next week it's going to be double points. So as many as been given away, it's going to be twice as much next week. So make sure you're tuned in and your accounts are linked.
Nice. Well, I suppose that brings us into more
SB time
discussion. It's what time?
We were playing FACEIT yesterday.
Ooh.
With one of our guys in the back. I beasted.
It was
yesterday.
good. I was impressed.
It was disgusting.
I was impressed.
It was disgusting.
Oh, okay,
Whoa,
okay.
where did this guy come from?
Okay, hang on. So James, you always talk yourself up. Eric, as the third party here, as the objective man, what went down? What
He was
happened?
hitting shots. We were playing, the first map was on Dust 2, and James started off 14-1, I think. Just
it was
not
a
missing a shot.
On
Not
CT
missing
side, T side?
We were T
We were
side,
C-
I think.
We were CT.
TT first, okay, that's right.
Wow.
TT
How did
first.
he do it?
Well, I think, with all of us, in the same party, it just uplifted to us in a new, height of skill. And I think James really wanted to show me how good he is at CS. And I saw the peak performance of James Bardolph.
He saw peak before. He saw maximum
So
Bardolph.
he's never going to be playing with you again.
Yeah, I should just delete you from my friends list or block. Just ban him from FACEIT. It's good. Find me in the premium queues. We're playing today as well. It's good, man.
But that's always an interesting talking point. It's just, I think in sports performance in general, the idea of consistency is sort of the snow leopard as it were. It's just, it's there. It's there. You might see it from time to time, but it's so hard to go and just grab it and lock it down. Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy at the high level, being consistent. But you know what?
It was fun.
I have high hopes for you now.
It was nice.
High expectations.
It was good because I'm level 3 on FACEIT. I should be a lot higher. He's level 10. But that meant that we got better teammates as well. Because Bodhi's level 8 now.
He's hitting some shots too.
So,
we had a good little run.
Yeah, some nice clutches.
I'm not just saying that. Okay, we did. We had some good rounds. I like it.
It's gonna be a long day.
Luckily,
I might see you guys do it.
we only have 6 matches today, so he'll be spared slightly. So what is the problem here? Like, obviously, we're familiar with the fact that you have asthma. We're very familiar with that.
I think it's because there were only 2 of us for a few days because you were stuck at the US Embassy in London or in the UK somewhere, and Ireland. So I've been giving it too much, man. Those 2 clutches from Zipex I think just killed me. So I have my throat here is just massively sore. I think I've just been giving too much of myself,
Have you?
For an extended period of time.
It's from talking.
Because of daylight savings in Europe, we haven't had the hour break in between, so there's no downtime. So my voice has got a bit wrecked, I think.
I guess as well, you haven't been super consistent with the pump as well, so a lot of coughing.
I've been... the coughing now is partly asthma and partly because of the throat. It's really weird. But I can't give everything, man. I can't be Mariah Carey today.
We have a 2-day break, so that's okay. So hopefully that'll help.
That'll be fine, yeah.
Then after that 2-day break, double points. So just gotta really emphasize that, because you can get all kinds of stuff with that. Name changes, skins. I think that's probably it actually, but maybe some gear.
I'm going to French Polynesia next week.
Oh really?
On Thursday.
Well, this asthma situation, it seems like it's worse than normal.
It's worse here. In London, I was more or less fine. Who knows what I'll be like in French Polynesia? But I don't know. I think posture and sitting so low for a big guy makes it worse. So sitting in this chair
Also the
doesn't
air.
help.
You can't completely take out the air of
Yeah.
Los Angeles, Santa Monica.
But yeah, it is worse today. So I need to get my pump and just calm things down. Where's the damn? Start the damn match.
Well, Eric, so I have a question for you because these glasses, right? Is it just yellow, or is it actually removing some
It does reduce the light that comes from monitors and your cell phone.
Okay, so yeah.
These are regular
It's like the Gunnar optics
prescription
of
glasses.
Okay.
I can't see far that well. I mean, it's all right, but for $5, I just say, yeah, turn it yellow. So it has that effect of, I don't get headaches or eye strain or anything like that. So it really helps for long times that I'm looking at a computer screen or if I'm on my phone.
It's really good actually. I tried the Gunnar Optics a long time ago because I got given them like a goodie bag, and because I would otherwise use like a program that's pretty common, which is called Flux.
Yeah,
as
I
you
know
know about
Flux,
it.
yep.
And it like removes all the blue light and stuff like that. It's really good if you're gaming at night time because if you're gaming at night time, and actually like all the light actually shifts your circadian rhythm, so it actually jet lags you by like a couple hours. Like looking at screens can jet lag you like by 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
It helps.
So it helps massively to just allow you to be tired normally, so you can go to sleep. So I was wondering if that was so. It sounds like that's what you're doing.
Me. I don't have any problems falling asleep. You know, at this age, you have to maintain. All right, you have to maintain what I got. The eyes,
James.
the wrists.
Maybe I should get
throat,
one of
the
these for home.
I do hot yoga
Tinted
sometimes.
glasses.
You know, get
Hot
everything
yoga's
else
nice.
going. It's very good.
It's relaxing.
I like
very relaxing.
Pilates. I'm a Pilates man. Not with the machines and stuff, just a mat.
That's
maybe
hard
rubber
too.
band.
That's not easy.
It's good.
You gotta,
I used to do it with a
you have
bunch
to
of
maintain.
girls.
Longer gamer days.
They forced their boyfriends to go because I made it okay because I was the guy in the class. So in 1 week, like you have a few boys. It's like boyfriend day. Never came back. It's just me again. Which was fine.
So
Oh, it's knife time.
It's okay.
So I had a sleeping aid, illegal in California sleeping aid yesterday. And just before I went to sleep, I bought a Tiger Tooth butterfly knife for £340. So
Whoa, 340?
I had no guilt. All my guilt was like, there's no balance. Like, you know, should I buy this? Should I not buy this? Or just like, buy this, buy this, buy this.
There you go.
So
Now you got a Tiger Tooth knife. Show around in the game of Counter-Strike.
So next time I'll have a sleeping aid. Log out of Steam first.
Wow.
There's a butterfly knife. Butterfly knives.
Noise. I'm practicing my noise for you guys.
Nice.
Noise.
Well, North on the CT side, we know them to be characteristically very, very strong on the T side of this map, but it's Fnatic who characteristically are always strong on T sides because they're so disruptive and chaotic in their approach, and they're going to be rushing into the B bomb site. And we'll see Gade, who, as you mentioned, his individual skill is unbelievable. Really good mechanics. This youngster, new man onto the scene from the academies, from the, well, much less experienced than everybody else, but he's still wrecking everyone. Kirby will be there for support as well, and he's going to get a quick triple. In fact, he gets 4 kills in this round, so very nicely done by him. And that's always the battle, isn't it? Getting out of the apartments and gaining some position, and they just couldn't quite seem to do that.
Yeah, and it seems like in this current meta, you've been seeing a lot of B takes. I think almost every round, except for maybe one T side that I think I can remember, a lot of T side pistol rounds have been almost a full B hit. So it's interesting to see how different teams react to that North. And it makes it a lot easier when KRB gets 4 kills. Not much of a retake, right?
Absolutely. Great performance from him, and this is him starting as he means to continue, it seems. And Kirby's really scary when he really gets going.
He's a snowballer.
He is. And it's always really weird to watch too because he has such a shaky aim. And so it looks like it shouldn't be consistent, but I guess it is. I've never looked at his setup. I'm super fascinated by setups, you know, sitting posture, mouse, the mouse techniques that I use for mouse control and sensitivities and everything like that. It's really fascinating to me, and I wonder where he's at.
Look at that. Mag's going to send 3 people out towards top middle. Just really quickly taking it over, pushing back north. But this Horse's AZ kind of play more aggressive towards the A ramp. Krim's just taking him out. Now it's slowing it down.
So a really tough position for North. We can see they're just abandoning the B bomb side, trying to concentrate the forces towards A, so that if it does come back to that kind of a play, if that perhaps they have that read and it feels more likely that that will be the final decision for North, rather for Fnatic, that they will have some defense to offer up. 2 MP9s and a UMP, not ideal. 2 smokes remaining though, it's not too bad for a minute left. We shall see whether or not they can really make it work. Connector is such an important position here. There's 2 players there, and Fnatic doing the responsible thing on the investigation, starting to just walk up short. They have a man, Krims, pushing the B apartments as well. Fun fact, Krims is statistically one of the weakest players in ECS Europe, which is something that you just wouldn't imagine if you wouldn't look at the stats. This is very methodical here from Fnatic. I really enjoy this. Great discipline. This used to be the kind of round that Fnatic would be vulnerable on. because they wouldn't have as much discipline, but this is just clean.
Looking good. Back to you there. Toted my pump. I have some whiskey to try to stop the coughing. Oh, that's a nice bell ring from Valde. Not far he can go.
Does help the throat. Kill all the bacteria, even the good ones. Kill all of it.
For the greater good, they'll be back. Some people apparently put certain types of worms in their stomach to keep
yeah. Parasites are really beneficial.
A bit gross when they die and it goes, you know, comes out the other end, but.
How do you know? Have you seen pictures?
Oh, I haven't seen pictures, but I watched some program which was talking about it, and someone who apparently, you know, swallows them for that purpose was saying.
You eat the eggs, let them hatch in your gut.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting. Like we have parasites all over us that are beneficial. Bacteria as well. Anyway, minus biology plus Counter-Strike. We have AZ playing close to the pits. The A set piece on the way. Good grenades, doing a good chunk of damage to Brolan. AZ now. Oh, he's going to be able to defend this. Dropping the smoke to prevent the Molotov from doing damage. He gets 2 quick kills, and that's a brilliant result. Twist critically weak. And this is not looking too bad for North. Fnatic still with opportunity, but it will be difficult for them.
North still have to fear a potential flank. Although maybe less likely at this point, but just checking. Kiabi moving to CT finally. Fnatic wondering about a flank as well, so they will slow it down. But again, they don't know if they have safe passage towards B or not, and it's not about them necessarily going there, but the longer they wait around, the more North have to consider that, since North don't have that safe passage covered. They'll see JW and A, but well, you know what, all the information is now Cadian trading. 49 seconds, and oh, it's awkward. Cadian looking below him, exposed on the high ground. The bomb is by Tetris, so it's really awkward, and Fnatic, that smoke will actually maybe encourage them to cross the site. Is Cadian going to rotate all the way around? He could be going to CT, so this may just work out for him.
Just walking.
Yeah, he still doesn't know if they're rotating, so it's not like he can even run into T-spawn for free.
Look at him go. Off to the races.
Yeah, he's worked it out.
This might catch Fnatic off guard. I mean, this is a really wild play by Cadian, letting him know that, hey, I was over here. I think he might come from a different angle here as he flanks.
Oof, this position of Exist, though, in Sandwich, he's so covered, and Cadian will probably push past him. It's quite unlucky that Cadian can't find a free kill on the way in. Oh, the peek might come in from Exist, though. Starting to get curious now, and Cadian, it's actually quite smart. He doesn't get offered up a free kill by just being lucky in the way that Fnatic are positioned, and so he decides, you know what, I'll just hold on to this.
FYI, if he was already scoped in, nice. If he was already scoped in when he peeked the ramp, if he looked underneath the crate, like if you look at Tetris, there's a crate underneath the pallet, and you can see through the pallet. So unless someone's hiding from pallets, which slightly elevates them, you can see people's feet through that crate with a scope.
Look at that smoke. That was so good by AJ. So quick, too. He was ready.
Huge from JW. Always good to see him rifling. I enjoy JW rifling. Definitely has his own style.
Yeah, and for those of you who didn't watch the ECS action yesterday, shame on you. But also, Brolan was going off on the T side for Fnatic. He was murdering everyone. Twist had an amazing day yesterday, was a rock, very consistent for Fnatic, but it was Brolan that was opening up the bomb sites with the AK, very aggressive A hits working out because of that, and perhaps we'll see it again here. Well, there's only one guy on the side, so not much of a defense to offer up.
Cadian could shoot through connector or something, but he's rotating towards A for the time being. Can't imagine he will risk losing AWP though. No kills for North just yet. And at this point it's time for them to retreat. And now these players who are alive with the pistols can serve to slow a hunt. That is also important. pulling it further away. Cadian ready for a crouch peek. Just a quick look and twist. There is AWP. Well, it looks like Fnatic will be taking a one-round lead on Mirage. Soon see what the money is like for these sides. AWP Lightning is awesome.
It's pretty expensive.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it like trades. I don't know. It seems expensive. That's my check.
I have one. I don't use StatTrack Corps because I had a boom for a while, but most of them don't, so I don't bother. So just get the new ones without StatTrack. But I have one of those Dignitas Hollow stickers on it, so mine's probably very expensive. Yeah, but it'll never be sold ever, ever.
Cadian on connector looking for something top mid. Doesn't find anything. JW very, very close to getting a kill there, but Kirby was able to survive and actually do more damage than he received with the grenade. Very nicely done. North providing some resistance as Fnatic try to take over middle. And it's always a good position. Maybe not the most ideal weapon in M4, but it does get the kill with it. Valde, good work from him. We'll take down Brolan. Bomb is in B apartments. It does feel like Fnatic are definitely going for this B split here. They've got short as well. So would be looking quite strong if they did. But North do have 2 players in B now and a fast rotation for a minute they need it. Well, maybe not anymore. Kirby's dead.
Top mid is with, well, mid is with Fnatic, top and bottom. Cadian with a very important position to hold. But he moves away. The smoke will tell a story, and the split begins of the A site. 3 players around the connector jungle position, make it 4. Twist picked off now. Valde and Cadian remain. Ooh, that makes it very, very doable now. May have been a save before that. Very important early kill. ECS will trade him. Cadian had to hit that shot, would have really been on then. But surely he'll be outmaneuvered now. All but guaranteed, 2 versus 1. Trade situation. He's looking for a window in, but all the windows are closed.
I like what Fnatic was doing towards that mid. Usually, you know, people have been tossing, you know, 1 flash for that connector area, but they tossed, Fnatic tossed 2 FBs, and Cadian was opening that area. So really pushed him off, and I like the sequence that Fnatic was taking towards that middle. Cadian was right there, almost had it predict.
4-2. 4 bomb plants in a row for Fnatic. Massive success from them, and North still waiting to get their economy in the right spot. Cadian dropping some pistols here and there. Got the most forward spawn for the window. Can't imagine he goes towards the underpass. Well, there we go.
Oh, the scope should surely be heard. One downside of pushing the AWP there, and they're going to just rush in, they don't care. They are going to be able to get straight in there. Valde with the 5-7, so many bullets, and it gets a 2K. That is beautiful. The Deagle in play now from AZ. He can cause all kinds of problems. There's one. Second one potentially. In goes Kirby with a distraction, but he will be beaten back by JW's rifle play. Leaving now just 2, but 1. Oh my god, JW. How has he found himself here? And Gage still spots it. You've got to give it to JW though. He had to wait. He had to gamble it. His health was so low, but it will be around for North. What a chaotic round. Madness.
2K there with JW as well. The Molotov.
5-7 boys.
JW missed the first shot there. He didn't get the first bullet headshot.
Should have bought a creep.
Because he shot a couple bullets and Gate had time to turn around. So, yeah, surely he misplayed it. Well, fancy that.
A better Swedish word was said.
For fun.
What does that mean?
What? Oh. Are you talking to Dan?
Yeah. Well, Dan was speaking in the foreign language.
Oh, that basically mean, well, he also said a much worse thing, so, which he missed completely. But it just means what the hell, basically. What the hell?
You don't want to know what.
For fun. Well, a clean sweep, much needed as well for North, considering the fact that the previous round they lost basically everybody except Gade. And that breaks the momentum of Fnatic. They were looking really dangerous, but now their money is also gone. So we're not going to see all that much from them in this round. They can get, well, they can't really get anything at this point. Their loss bonus is only at 2400 when they lose this round, so they need to save pretty much everything if they want to have an AWP. And here comes the mid play from North. Hello.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Ooh, Roland. He's lucky, maybe he can collect that weapon. Feels like a very long journey though. It is being protected at the moment. In the meantime, the last player carrying the bomb, JW, rings the bell, but spray is there for Valde. Is that a CZ JW had maybe? I don't know. Never mind.
I got a question. I want to, if you guys know the answer. Is it Danish? The thing that you eat.
Pastry?
Yeah, is it related to the Danes in any way? Is it an American thing?
I don't know, because sometimes you get like a selection of Danish. In Wembley, where we do ECS in London, the hotel has like a selection of Danish pastries, and I tweeted a picture, and then somebody replied and said these are not Danish pastries. So
The concept was brought to Denmark by Austrian bakers and has since developed into a Danish specialty.
Austrians.
the Danish.
Yes, the Danish.
I guess it's like American Italians, like they have American Italians have cioppino, which is like a seafood broth, which is not a thing in Italy.
Mm.
Yes, that would be a perfect example. But the Danish is much more delicious because it's basically just you're just eating butter. So can't argue with
I
that.
could use 10 of them right now. It'd be really bad for me, but I could.
I wonder if there's someone that exists that doesn't like pastries.
Oh, they do. It's like
There's in
this,
denial.
just pop flashed 4 crims. You like? You what I did there?
Nice.
Fnatic. They control Valde. Look at him coming from below. Like a gopher.
That's the bomb as well, which kind of thwarts the plans of Fnatic. Crims, if he shoots through that, then surely he's going to go down unless Twist, that frag from Twist will pull Kiabi out of position. There it is, just like that. He's got to try and trade the kill. 3 on 3, now the bomb can be collected. But look at this crossfire for the CTs now. Oh, Gator's going to take a run distraction, but AZ capitalizes on it immediately. 19 seconds for Crims. He knows 2 players are on A. He can pick up the bomb at least. 10 seconds. That's a shame for Fnatic in some senses. They did well getting all that position. Although, I think maybe it's not a shame because North were proactive in the meantime, so maybe giving them a false sense of security with that play from Valde, picking off the bomb towards Connector, and then the positions worked out for North. So maybe it wasn't unlucky for them after all. They did well, but North did better.
3 CZs and 2 Tech 9s. JW does have a CZ, so that answers your question. Pass to James.
Yes.
And quick HE in there at the regular timing. Fnatic will wait it out, not take too much damage. Brolan on 43 health. Not too much of a deal, big deal right now. Oh my god, so there's a quick backflip from Valde. Gade is going to face plant, and all of a sudden the round looks like a save for North. What on earth was that? I mean, that's B for you, isn't it? If you get 2 kills immediately and there's no time for rotation, CT's can get position with numbers. It's too risky at that point.
Oh, dude, that's so annoying. I feel annoyed even watching that.
What was he trying to pull out?
It looks like a HE.
Because, yeah. What would Guardian do?
That's something I always I always ask people at home, like if there's somebody, a younger player with a sniper rifle who pull out a HE grenade, it's like, why do you want to hit them with a HE? And if you shoot them with AWP, they're dead. So what is the point? All you're doing is risking. You have the best gun for the situation, the best item, in fact, for the situation. So why put out a lesser item and leave yourself exposed?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not worth it.
It's a bad habit people tend to have. Just they want to use a utility, or they think that this could be the best situation. I don't know. Usually, the gun is usually the best situation. You want to kill someone.
maybe it feels like I need to do something, and just like having your gun out doesn't feel like you're doing anything. Maybe that's what it is to a degree.
Like how North is actively taking over this A ramp. Seen this multiple times already in this half, and just like that, AZ takes out Crim and Brawlin.
Great flash.
Very great play by North.
We don't see that enough, actually. The kind of a timing around 130, just a pop flash over pits for a peek to see if there's a setup coming in for that A with smokes. Very cool. Used to see, I think it was NIP first, years ago. They actually, there was this in the meta, it was happening a lot, and they would actually double or triple HE over the top because everyone would be lining up the grenades from the elevated ledge.
Yeah, that's smart.
And yeah, I saw it a couple times, but not the greatest play really because it's kind of inconsistent.
It also gives away that there's 3 people in the A-bomb site. You can easily react to something like that, so there are risks to it.
It's not looking good for Fnatic, is it? Losing a player in mid. Good pick from JW's. Rifle play's been great so far. Can't really peek any further. Kebby has the perfect position, and he'll deal with JW. The trade is there, but Exis's health is low, his time is low, and his chances are even lower. 7-5 North with a resurgence. Doing very well.
If Fnatic knew James's Molotov by that area, he'd gotten Ninja, Firebox, and Default.
Yes, exactly. I made those mollies. That was also quite telling because I made a molly where you're standing by Tetris. You aim at the corner of a slab, and you jump throw. People are like, you're going to get shot throwing that. But the idea is that you're not just there on your own throwing. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your team. So you've got teammates with you, covering in case somebody engages. But
sometimes your role is to die.
But it's telling that people don't understand that. You can't take that for granted when you're explaining something.
Yeah.
But it shows you how much there is done, which I think is great in Counter-Strike. To make a side quest for people, I'm the cat glowing in the corner in the dark street. 1:10. And again, in a round like this, you may think, oh, the pistol players run around and try and 1D. No. While that's okay, for the most part, you want to find an opening with these weapons so your teammates with pistols are alive to burst into the site, to run out, to take crosshairs away so you can trade a position and get a bomb plant, things like that. So strength in numbers, power in numbers, very important concept for the T side, one of the basic tenets of T side Counter-Strike.
Fnatic have decided to go to A. North have been comfortable, knowing that Fnatic don't really have money, and just playing really passively, and we'll see if it works out, because there's 20 seconds to plant this bomb now for Fnatic, and they are still trying to make position happen onto the bomb side. In comes the utility from North, sailing onto the offense of Fnatic. Twist will help them move forwards, but that's the bomb loss with 10 seconds to plant it. I don't know if this is going to happen. Twist trying to make it work, gets a tag through the side of the wall, but it's Kirby to finish him as North pick up another round, and they are looking really good. And I feel like Fnatic needed a strong T side, because we can expect that North should have one.
Yeah, Fnatic slowing down a lot in these last 6-7 rounds. North just turning it around, taking momentum. And North looking too solid. It's not like they're doing way too much. They're almost letting Fnatic hang themselves, you know? Hand them enough rope and they'll hang themselves. Got to sit back and wait. That's what North is doing. It's crossfires, simple baits. Great stuff.
Twist with the P250 to rule them all. Kirby taking some damage, probably from a glove. Oh dear. P250 will follow up. Crims is in a good spot, but again, he's only got a Glock. JW with a 5.7. Sorry, Cadian with a 5.7. JW's one getting shot. In a situation like that, if I was Cadian, I'd actually throw my rifle on the floor if I was going to pick the window. Just in case they shot me. The last thing you want is the AWP flying through the window to one of the opponents.
But then they hear the sound cue.
Well, you could press G and peek at the same time.
What? I know it's last round. But Never mind. That confused me. I was like, wait. Last round.
So wasteful.
So Fnatic default perhaps looks like one, as we'll see players going to the extremities as well as to mid.
Oh, I love this boost.
Smoke.
But it hasn't worked out for them. They messed it up. Oh dear. Now what? We've got to wait for the smoke to go. That's really risky to continue jumping like that.
Did they mess up the smoke? Oh, I think so.
And out they go. Some rotation may be required. Cadian playing from the market window. But Valde will be rotating back in so things become more normal. Oh dear. Kiabi just saving Twist, who can't get his crosshair in the right place early enough. Rare miss from him. And the remainder of Fnatic have a focus towards A. No split, no one in mid.
Good amount of utility left on North for the retake. The incendiaries are really key, and having that key smoke for maybe smoking pits or something similar to that is really promising for North. So North can just let the bomb go down if they want. That is really nice though. AZ getting a free spray, free kill through that smoke, and now it's down to Fnatic with the bomb plant to make this work 3 versus 4. Falling back to Pit and Palace, but with the flank of Val, if he gets this kill, surely it's over for Fnatic. Need to turn the corners soon. Oh, the timing. You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. Nice response from Brolan, but has too much damage been done. Might be the case. He's got 3 players bearing down on him. Needs the ace to make this work. They line up, but he can't get it done. 10-5 is the finishing scoreline for the first half in favor of North.
North. Looking good. Especially on their CT side. Switching it around. Will they take another B take? Or they do something a little different? Now, if you're an IGL, especially at a high level, if people watch your demos, how often would you change up your pistols? Every match? Every other match? You have a game plan?
I think you should have 2 or 3, like T pistols, and just decide which one on the fly. I think if you're just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, something like that, even that could be too obvious. Just be like, okay, let's do this one.
But then later you could kind of use that, you know, for your advantage because people think that mind games.
Yeah, maybe you just do, you know, actually with a random generated number, it's very normal to find the same number as part of that, so like 3, 5, something like that, right? Even with a 4-digit number, finding 2 numbers that are the same. So it's very easy to see when someone generates a fake random generated number, if you know what I mean. But here we go. Twist, Crims, and JW now trying to claw this one back. That's one way to do it, but more headshots will be required. Crims still has a defuse kit, so there is a chance a smoke can be put to create more madness. There is the smoke. He knows one player is towards the bench. Maybe Twist can close the distance, but Crims is one with the kit. That's a huge frag, and there is the round for Fnatic.
Twist. On 13 HP, I think he got like 2 or 3 kills, which is pretty impressive. So, as per usual, Twist at the top of the scoreboards, playing really good Counter-Strike. Yeah, he's down to 13, and still picks up the next few players. So, North actually having that round stolen from them, but they're going to go for the AK on Kirby. The single AK buy with a couple grenades into A. I like this a lot. I think this is really cool. Oh, that would have been the opportunity. I don't know, the spray is looking very labored here. Now they know the AK's in play. He's got 9 HP and he needs his teammates to distract so he can get the frag or something. Roland, how is he alive still?
Was he knifing in the smoke? I feel like he may have been, but the bombers managed to go down. And now they've got a FAMAS. Kiabi and Cadian remain. No FAMAS anymore. Ooh. Through the box, but look at the damage being done before the buy round of North. That's fantastic.
Also smart of KRB to fall back and save his gun, knowing that winning the round's probably almost impossible with such low HP. You can carry this AK to the next round, and look at the money on on North. That's a lot of money. A lot of cheddar.
6k on Cadian. It's so weird to see that when it's like they've lost the first 2 rounds. He's casually got $6,000.
He
He gets an MP5. This is one of the only smokes I know on Mirage. CT smoke.
Isn't that your favorite map?
Yep. Don't need smokes on this map.
We are gonna.
Eamon taught me the other smoke I know.
There you go.
Cat smoke. Right, so Crim's going to be knocking down 2 players immediately. They can't really break the initial entry points, which is very much a problem. That's a nice Molotov. I was going to say, it's actually doing damage. ECS will eventually go down, but it's just too much to handle, it seems, for North. Oh dear. How much money do they have left, actually? Yeah, you can see that they're going to be fine for a buy. It's going to be $2,500 for this round, so actually maybe not fine for a buy. Well, 2 players will be.
They'll buy. I think they'll buy.
3 players will be. Okay, and if Cadian saves his AK, then it's fine.
I think even if they lose, they might still buy just because of the money system.
Yeah, it would be awesome if Cadian could get a couple kills. That would be massive. Really impactful. Maybe he can get a chance at one Crims. The timing, not quite. AZ 1 kill. Can you do it? 9 HP. Get that headshot. Go down in a blaze of glory. No. 8-10 for Fnatic as they pick up 1 more.
Pretty tight. Again, one could argue that while North's position isn't secure just yet, I think Fnatic needs to win more. But then maybe North need an earlier win from their remaining matches just to not get into the wrong kind of psyche, depending on your players.
That's a good point. Make it easy for yourself.
Yeah, so it's a very key match for both these teams. I think we can agree on that point. 2 rounds separating them at present. AZ creeping in Palace. Everybody else towards B for the time being. And mid. Slow start from North despite the 3 smokes in mid. Twist keeping an eye on connector. Very slow start from North.
Cycling back through T-spawn. Looking to get that A set piece on after creating some presence on the map first, which is an important detail to have. You never just want to just... I mean, if you can create presence on the map, bait out utility, make it a bit more confusing, and then go to a set piece. Pretty risk-free, as opposed to just going for it.
Smoke was lined up in the corner of the aerial. Should have said it faster, sorry. Well,
you're forgiven.
Suck his way till another time instead of interrupting you.
That
also works.
In there. But Kirby don't care. Headshots abounds. Twist just reliable. Why is Twist so good? Why is he so good?
He's been really consistent, super consistent this week. But I think he's consistent in general, but I mean like 30 kill plus performances is outstanding. North now with a gamble push, they've got to push the B bomb site, and the Fnatic have been kept towards A. Twist is on his own now towards B. That's a big first frag. Oh, we've got a bomb, has to be planted, and there is the round 1. Died as a hero. They will name a street after him. Twist Avenue.
Save la resistance.
No T rounds just yet. Despite the bomb plants earlier on.
This is really funny, I can just smell whiskey.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna finish it, James.
Where's yours?
I know, right? I'm not drinking.
This is a medicinal assistance.
It's true, I've done it for that very purpose before, it's helpful.
Although kombucha is, I think, the right one. It's really good as well. Ginger and lemon. It's helping.
It's good for your stomach too.
More talking is, you know, we're getting there with the talking. They actually had this ginseng Korean little drink with some kind of root inside the bottle, but I forgot to purchase it. 2 AKs, Kirby and AZ. The rest on pistols. 1 more flash for Cadian. And North are fishing, but these smokes will go, and then their job will be harder for them, should they push A, but they're moving away for now.
Yes, they are. And there's an investigation from Exist. I think he's in the... Is he in the underpass? No, he's not. Never mind. Never the mind. Well, he will be seeing a few players soon enough as they are moving through B apartments on North, and the general rotation from Fnatic looks quite good in defending it. We have both Twist and JW moving through shop, ready to meet this push. Kirby, if he goes down, that's a problem, but he doesn't. And with that lurk in mid, that's going to pull one player towards Catwalk. And you can see Twist is alone here, but he's only good for one. Exists now, only just now trying to engage, but the bomb's already been planted. You can see that that kill from Kirby in mid was massive, but JW with a strong flick, maybe there's a chance.
They know where he is. They might not know where Brolan is, but they've got enough numbers to cover the checkpoints. The window, the other window, the door. Look at Kirby's position. He knows the Fnatic players are outmaneuvered, so he will hunt, but maybe Brolan has an idea of where he is. Slowly creeping. Really nice from Brolan. Kirby is closer to the corner. And that's something we don't really mention enough. I think NBK is a really good example of how he'll often peek an angle from the furthest point possible. Coming out of A long towards A site on Cobblestone was a great example of that pillar where the wooden wall starts. He'd be on the back wall picking that position, so if anyone was close, he'd always have the advantage over them. Whereas some other people would pick that close and get shot straight in the face.
I believe 3 Clicks Philip has a really good video on sort of the geometric advantages. So definitely worth checking out his channel for that.
I'm going to check it out right after today. Apply it to my game.
Yeah, it's something I'm always thinking about, because it costs so much Counter-Strike. I'm always thinking about that now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like some of the peaks you see sometimes, where it felt like, because it's like the crouch peaks too, where 2 AWPers are crouch peaking. One is just always 100% of the time going to win, because they have such the other guy shows so much more of his body first. So really big deal.
It's good to know there's little tidbits in this game. I wanted to point out last round for Fnatic Exist, his teammate Twist died in the B bomb site, and it was probably good 4 or 5 seconds after Exist peeks by himself from Cat. I think in that situation, you just gotta fall back and wait for the team. Because obviously, if they kill someone in B, everyone's gonna be looking towards Cat or somewhere else in the bomb site. So really a poor decision choice by Exist to just pretty much try to Rambo his way through that B bomb site by himself. So, you know, the small things. Stay alive. Remember the threat of the presence.
Threat is greater than the action.
Or Sun Tzu. It's probably from his book.
I had a very small, like, palm version of Art of War by Sun Tzu. Definitely worth reading. Read it many years ago.
It's a must read.
It is.
Must.
Attack in the shorts will be taken care of by Twist. He's not really concerned, is he? Cadian will try to follow up, but he is long gone, leaving his teammates to handle it instead as he darts down to the underpass to a safe. But hello! Can't show your arse, AZ. Arse has been eliminated. Now just Cadian to go in a 1v4, not looking too good. Very back and forth here, this one. You can see that now close to equalizing. Some close rounds, but Fnatic looking really strong on the CT side. We talk about North's strength on the T side of Mirage, but they're not really able to get the gears going. Seems to be perhaps some hamsters in there, some gremlins in the works.
Yeah, North is trying to play pretty much slow pick game, but they're not getting any of the picks. So it's just backfiring in favor of Fnatic. Fnatic's just on top of their CT side, peeking together, falling back for the most part.
Twist, man.
Yeah, him and Crims kind of turned up a little bit this half, even though Crims is only 11-13. Last half he was like, what, 4-13? I think last half was like 4-11, 4-12, something really, really, you know, lackluster.
He's a god of CT sides.
Yeah.
Although, did you hear earlier, James, that he's, I think, the 3rd worst rated player in all of ECS.
I remember it, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Part-time god of CT sides. Screaming out now. It's again another 2 AK situation for North, but Crims will say no twice. There's not much answer from North. The AKs have gone now. Brolan picking before the flash. I think he had cover from New Awning anyway. Cadian's alone with a Tech 9. Not a fan myself. I'll take a P250 over a Tech 9. I think you'd have more moving accuracy with a P250.
There's 0 accuracy with the Tech 9 right now. Feels like 0.
I think that would be a good comparison, actually. I'll have a look during the break and compare the moving accuracy of the Tech 9 to the P250.
I crouched with the Tech 9 not moving, and it felt like I was shooting on a ladder. That's how bad it was. Can North do this round? They're just going to kind of
Talk it out.
talk it out, think it. You know, try to go through the processing motions. What can we do, guys? Only won one round on T side. Timeout was not enough to talk about our feelings with each other. Let's just hash it out, okay?
You must be a fan. You were talking about teams not using timeouts at all
Yeah.
yesterday, and you were very sad about that. I
I
remember.
was. Like, I mean, you have 4 timeouts. Why wait till you're down 14-10 to use your first timeout? It's a waste. It's all about momentum. This game's a very momentum-based game. The other team has momentum, slow them down, stop it. Cut it at nip it at the bud.
Nice. Cutting down these players.
Stats.
Now they're all dead. Dead eco player is a good player. Well, the money is back. No sniper for North, but they haven't needed it historically with MSL era North. But not many teams feel the necessity of the sniper rifle on the T side of Mirage, as well as Inferno. Off we go. The usual grenade. Oh dear, that's not a good one. Hard to get that one wrong. TW's made a terrible mistake. Quick reload for exist. And despite that position, they've got a man advantage for now. Crim's caught with a grenade in his hand though. KRB finding some right timing, trying to pull players away. But the bomb isn't in a place to really capitalize on anything. In fact, it's been left on its own top mid. Someone will have to go back for it. In the meantime, KRB will be left in a flanking position. I'd imagine Valde will probably rotate for the bomb. Although AZ's moving out of A, away from that ramp position. So it might be him to rotate. Maybe Valde pokes towards short.
He's going back now towards the pit. It's really interesting this round because this is just very Fnatic-esque. Fnatic, they always like to contest mid, whether they're T or CT, and you can see this is the result, the 3v3s. This is where Fnatic usually shine, but they have a very awkward situation at hand. There's so much time left on the clock, and with Kirby in jungle, or as far as they're concerned, he could be anywhere. It is quite difficult to know how to attack this situation. You can't really crawl through the vent at this point. You just can't do it. So they are limited to going through CT for the retake, which leaves Twist in a position where he has to do a lot. But Twist really does need to get information at this point, and he's just holding. So this could be a big problem. I think Twist, he has a big role in this round to unlock his teammates, but he might come in a bit too late to the action.
Counter flash, but Fnatic are close. Twist still in a short position. AZ starting to flank. Will he make his way towards mid? I'm sure he will, because the bomb is planted for triple. Off angle from Valde. Not shy to duel Brolan as well. Twist has been seen and eliminated, and that might just be the round. Is that checkmate? Brolan doesn't have the angle to defuse behind the box. Looking to save. It's a nice headshot from him. But he knows to give it up. He knows AZ's in mid. AZ collecting JW's AWP, and North are back to winning ways, but again, they really need to string around together. Fnatic have so much money, because they're winning at least 3 rounds at a time.
Yeah, I think this could be a really good round for like a fast contact play, and for Fnatic, I would be thinking that they would love to go just put loads of pressure on mid again. I think that's just, it's just such a good way for Fnatic to play, characteristically speaking. And indeed, we're going to get a really fast play to B. This is exactly what I was after. This or A. Fnatic love those mid pushes. It's a good way to punish if they were to do it, but they have 2 on B actually. Spotted out by JW. Great flash straight in his face, and he is cooked. He's done for. And Twist can't do too much. He does get a frag actually onto Gade, but the bomb will go down. 4 versus 4 after plant.
Already, Fnatic are in the market. 2 players in mid. And the man of disadvantage, I think, will make them give it up. Hold on to what they have. Keep the money sensible. Do not take a risk they feel is unnecessary. And I think this one is unnecessary.
Surprised Fnatic didn't react to the noise in B halls a little quicker. Whoever was on cat, it was exist for Fnatic. He can hear those people run up the stairs because North kind of did the, they like ran up and then they started walking, but I think they ran up too late. Where if you're on catwalk, you'd be able to at least hear these two people making a bunch of footstep noises. Very interesting play by Fnatic.
MP5 in action.
Twist, it was Twist, okay.
All right then. Well, again, that could have been a lot more expensive for Fnatic. North just now taking the lead, but can they really capitalize on this momentum and start to grow in strength on this second half? It has been almost all Fnatic. Grim's considering, but falling back. Nice shot from JW. Knows he's tagged somebody. And there is the finisher. Considering another peek, I think he may realize someone might be below him. A safer peek. Shot through the smoke. And a fallback. Pre-fight. Crims will be saved by that. Flashbang, I was going to say would be avoided, but I guess he was looking into the smoke. Either way, it's a 5 versus 3 for Fnatic, and again, that's where they can really find strength in those saved weapons from the previous round. How do North get back into this one?
Definitely going to be very difficult, but at least they've got lots of time, and it's a blessing that Fnatic are playing so passively, because you can see they can just get into Wars B here. Just takes one clean entry frag and some good positioning, and they can make this bomb site take work, but it goes Exist, spotted now, so they know where he is. Goes out for another peek. Very well done by Exist. Finds a follow-up, and that will be that. Very strong defense from Fnatic, looking quite strong here. North are in so much trouble. Look at the monies.
Monies, momentum, mentality, all in favor of Fnatic right now. What does North have to do to break through this wall, this Fnatic wall of the CT side?
Pneumatic drill. Wrecking ball. Sledgehammer. James Bardoff.
Ooh.
Mid take. From underpass. No top mid players, and JW's not going to see anything really here. He's looking top mid, nothing spotted just yet. He's actually missed any info in mid whatsoever, and they're walking through connector. This could be a huge opening right now in favor of North as they look to see what they can find. Prolan's spotted them. Oh, the lineup comes in, but Valdez drops him straight away before he can capitalize. 5 versus 4 then for North as they've got the A bomb site. Great opportunity.
Kirby moving away. Exist will hear these footsteps, but Kirby is back, and very important shot from JW. But with Exist being picked off, really is it save time again for Fnatic. And Twist feeling the pressure, starting to move away. JW doing the same, moving into the market position. So North are going to take the lead once more. And we can see the money. So Fnatic are still keeping the money stable. You can see North are the ones feeling the shortcomings. And they may not want to hunt too much because of their own economy. They will understand the saves from Fnatic in the rounds prior. So they're going for containment with a limited risk. Nice upgrade for Gabe. And there we go, North in the lead once more. So slowly but surely the Fnatic money is being dwindled. Twist starting with $9,000 will drop a weapon, and they go double AWP. So a difference, a change. Crims with the sniper rifle, not even Twist. Let's see where these rifles will go. Crims having a look on the right.
Ooh, AWP.
JW's in the window for now. Quickly smoked off though, looking for a timing shot in case they are spreading top mid in the numbers. But not quite.
It's going to contact out on B. It looks like it might be the case. North grouping up after a lot of rounds of defaults and so on and so forth. This is a nice mix-up in the strategies. They may not be expected. The smoke was going to help them. They can move closer towards it, although there's always the risk that an HE will pop in behind the smoke to punish people closing in on the smoke. And Twist will go close. So, as he is alone, even if he gets 2 kills, there's still a chance at North, if they get onto the bomb site, will be in for luck. But now JW's rotated. Twist goes down for free. JW's flash still gets the frag. Can they take him down? Nice swing down. Does manage to finish it off, and he will eventually get traded out as the 3v3 now continues. and the bomb can be planted, but they are taking some care of this. Don't want to get caught off guard, and that's a big one from Crips.
Did he see the player crossing to the bench?
I think he did.
Maybe just about did. Bomb still not planted, and it is the player at the bench who has the bomb. Crims has cover to his left from Brolan. There we go. The master stroke. Just saw the information in time, otherwise maybe the bomb goes down. Cadian can spray through that panel. I think he was looking for an opportunity. With the jump peek. Nice off angle from Crims, baits Cadian into a false sense of security, crouch peek, and that is the round for Fnatic. Another expensive round, but they've kept North so poor that the situation is really strange. It looks like, I mean, if they go for a force buy here, North, they may lose, and they probably lose a match. So do they eco and play for overtime? No, they're going to force it up.
It's kind of fun to watch JW up. You know, you look at a play like Guardian. He looks like he's pretty self-conscious of how he peaks. Like, as he peaks as an opper, he's trying to get as least amount of shown as possible. That's for Guardian. For JW, watch him up. He's like wide swinging, really wide. He's just all over the place. Almost looks like he's ice skating out there.
Yeah, he's very rambunctious. Which way is this one going to go? Are they just going to run in? I respect the hell out of this. This is the best way to do it. 80, quick entry. Where's the trade onto Brolan? How much can he get? Flash up into the sky as he looks down to take down more players. Gets an additional one, but he's got two teammates now left to try to defend this. Twist taking heavy damage. Bomb planted. Twist trying to... Oh my god, that's not a good look. Now just down to exist to prevent the 15-14 in favor of North. Gets one, but there's still two more to go, and the AWP is in play. Acadian has the Molotov as well. This is just all kinds of problems here for Mr. Exist. Mr. Landstrom.
That smoke is a problem though, because he has cover to defuse the bomb.
Tap the bomb!
Going to draw them out. Cover behind the box. There's one, but nothing doing. If he knew where they were, he probably holds it, but he doesn't, so really not sure where they were coming from. And there is the much-needed round win for North. They had to win that round. See what Fnatic can muster. Exist will go AWP, no Kevlar. Crim's on the scout.
Oh, timeout. It was like 1 second left on the
Nice.
North, that was a great change of pace, I think. As Dan, you were mentioning how you respect it. That was a great call. Ballsy move. You know, pretty much almost match point for Fnatic. You're low on money. You had to do something a little wild, a little crazy. And caught Fnatic completely off guard at that A-bomb site.
That's one of my favorite things. So, like, whenever I call something like that in the puck, someone always throws a flashbang, and I'm like, it's not the point of this. The point is maximum surprise.
Surprise.
Because it's always a bad flash as well, which just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like either doesn't flash someone or just flashes someone for like a millisecond.
I think that's one of the biggest obstacles for lower level kind of CS is that surprise factor.
Yeah.
It just is not as common as you see in the high level. Like people are a lot sneakier when they get better.
Now there's a smoking window. Fnatic really have to find a use for that AWP elsewhere. Exists holding passive, Palace rather, which kind of is passive. In a sense, letting them come to him for an easy lineup, but maybe some more proactivity is needed. But of course, North will be looking for that as well, which is why they have these passive angles towards mid in case of a push. And they'll take things very slowly. At this point, Fnatic have two flashes and the smoke. And that's it. Can they use one of those flashes maybe to get a peek from somewhere with AWP? Again, this is too reactive for my liking. But we'll see if Fnatic can get it to work out for them.
Just dropping off and taking the shot. I would have loved to have seen that connect from Cadian's perspective, but Kirby makes it work. Pinching it onto the window position. Brolan caught in the open against multiple players. It's just terrible engagement after terrible engagement for pretty much everyone in Fnatic. And they are looking done right now. If not for JW to get a frag, it pulls out the AWP, the flick connects. Oh, he's so unlucky though, down to 2 HP. Valde survives it, and Twist on the flank. The flank is so much stronger if there is another CT alive. But just being the solo CT, it becomes much weaker. So we'll see if Twist can do this. Takes down Valde. So Element Surprise, good for one. Caught on the jump. Kirby takes him out. And Kirby, good performance from him. That'll be the 16-14 for North. Fnatic made it very competitive though.
I think that last run was a shame. I think you have to take it to them a bit more with the AWP. So they were kind of at the mercy of their opponent by then. But indeed, it was a very back and forth game. But once again, it ends up in an L for Fnatic, who I really do think needed to win more. But surely now, I would say 100%, but like I mean, North must be making it to land at this point.
Yeah, it's like 10 wins, isn't it?
It's a very good game for their first game of the day. They've got 3 more games to go. Lots more Counter-Strike to be played, but again, a very back and forth affair. Different pacing. Some struggles at the beginning of the second half for North, but ultimately they win.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely the expected result on paper. I think they're the better team overall at the moment, and on Mirage as well, you just expect them to have strong performances. We didn't quite see some of the momentum that you would normally expect from a North T side. Fnatic were often able to just stop them in their tracks and prevent that from ever happening. So credit to Fnatic, who are a team with the recent roster changes have definitely made promising improvements, and they're looking pretty good. And to see the performances consistently out of Twist has been really fun.
32, almost 3,300 damage from Kiabi. That is monstrous. 7 assists as well, which definitely helps with that. Lots of maiming being done. Twist, another consistent performance from him. Everybody turning up on both sides, but Valde and Kiabi sticking out for North. That's good enough for a 16-14 win. All the rounds in the first map.
Lovely stuff. Well, we have one more map between these two teams coming up, so if you enjoyed that, get your friends involved. We'll see you for map 2 after the break.